Yeah, we're back to ruin this as if barely anything had happened. Ugh. Alright, team. Time to finally make Ansha's dream become reality. So what should we do? That's the question, isn't it? It's no good sitting around waiting for hyperspace distortions to form. Yes, we must do more than wait. I must ask you, please do everything you can to find that fine legendary Pokemon. We will, Ansha, but maybe it'll feel more like a real job if we make it official. Your original request was for us to help make you a donor, right? This is kind of on a whole new level. Do we even accept requests from team members? Why wouldn't we? I'd ask Corey to lend a hand if I had a problem. Answers to too. That sounds perfectly reasonable. Let's make a formal request of it. Please, catch that fine legendary Pokemon. The greatest gift. We'd be happy to take your request, Ansha. Now, if only we had any leaves. Should we ask, you know who? I'm sorry, why aren't we saying his name now? Well, you know what happens. Look, Kobaya's our leading Hyperspace Lumiose expert. We'll need to evolve him sooner or later. Why don't we head to his office before we have a chance to call assist? You all have fun. I think we all need to barge in together, so I'll hang back and get some training in. The Bad Dreams Pokemon. Its dark power blocks out the sun, plunging the surrounding area into darkness. There was no escaping its evil eye. This really is kind of could be the boss. Could be the Eldritch boss. Honestly, kind of gives me Darkon 5 from Smash Ultimate. We're seeking out a legendary Pokemon. Even I've admitted it's fairly exciting. How is dealing with anticipation? I guess compared to Ansha's dream, mine are pretty grounded in the real world. But let's help make hers come true. Not seeing any yellow quests yet. Gonna shut down the change soon. Look who it is! Funny, I was just about to call. Listen, while we were searching for Darkrai, we detected some odd readings in two other places. These readings led us to a distinctive pair of brightly huge hyperspace distortions. We started referring to them by their colors, the Ruby Distortion and the Sapphire Distortion. We thought reaching out to Mademoiselle Ansha might be a good step to us to learning more. Your encounter with the legendary Pokemon Hyperspace Lumiose kickstarted this wild ride. Maybe telling us more will another clue about how to approach these colorful new distortions. Alright, now I'll share what I can. And that's the whole story. Very interesting. I could just about guarantee that the Pokemon you're after was called Rayquaza. Your description of it matches one I heard a long time ago. You sure know your stuff, Gabriel. Well, see, there was this one fellow who took care of me when I was just a little one. He was the boss of an organization from Kanto who just happened to visit Lumiose. I wonder who! He knew a lot about the myths and legends of the Johto and Hoenn regions. Wait. What is it? Are we talking about, like, the Rayquaza from the Hoenn region? What, you think there are other Rayquaza flying around out there? I mean, not really, I'm just surprised. Look, I'm just telling you what I heard. Keep in mind it is all second-hand info from years ago. Actually, you could probably tell us more about Quasar yourself. You're from Hoenn, yeah? Oh, yeah, I am, sure. Back in Hoenn, we've got these old legends, and I'm talking real old. They tell us two legendary Pokemon. There's the Kyogre, maker of oceans. Then there's Groudon, maker of land. Kyogre and Groudon were locked in this fierce battle. Then it was the legendary Pokemon Quasar that put a stop to the fighting. Quite right indeed. How wonderful to find another Quasar enthusiast. We should swap notes later. Huh? I mean, sure, we could do that, I guess. I'm also fairly certain there's like a third Quasar enthusiast out there. Probably the third, honestly. Probably such as a Z ends in the name. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure these new sources are linked to Kyogre and Groudon, and dealing with those two might lead us to a Quasar. According to our calculations, you need special donuts to reach the pockets of Hyperspace Lumiose in which Kyogre and Groudon dwell. Just like how you found Darkrai, eh? In that case, you know what you gotta do. Consider this your official survey request. Ah, but don't go yet. I forgot one thing. We started picking up some of the sources with World making of Pokemon you've already battled and caught before. Couldn't tell you why. Maybe it's your own subconscious memories of influencing things. Anyway, these wild Pokemon are dangerous, but being there would yield lots of survey points. Certain hyperspace sources newly appearing on your map can grant you a chance to battle World Maker Pokemon, World Maker evolved Pokemon you previously defeated. These World Pokemon boast an extraordinary hyperspace levels, but defeating them will reward you with lots of survey points and rare valuable hyperspace berries. That's all for me. Good luck out there. We must continue to ask for your assistance. Don't let us down. Well, there's one right now. Well, that is a mighty huge side mission. 2 mighty side missions. 3 mighty side missions. Alright, I think I'm gonna do these side quests. And then I'm gonna call it. Because it feels like all of these are gonna be unique to it, do we? Either way, Hooper, either way. Hi, LeBron. How can the be so strong with such a weird attitude? I just don't get it. Shows he's got a type advantage, but it doesn't explain why he can definitely seem to win. And what's the lead about her anyways? She's totally cheating with those descent stones. Goodness, LeBron! Weird attitude? Cheating? What could you possibly mean by that, hmm? What? Is that what you heard? There must be something wrong with the Holocaust-related descent. Oh, it's merely marveling over your sheer attitude and saying that your descent stones are totally charming. I see. My Holocaust is to blame, you say. How peculiar! I could have sworn that I heard accusations of a weird attitude and cheating. I was just voicing some minor pent-up grievances, that's all! Nothing that could be easily remedied by a rousing Pokemon battle, I assure you. I see! It seems you're required for the teaching. Now then, Nabon, let us battle! You and my hologram versus my Deergoy and me! Is that a little game of Deergoy? Sure. Only at least the side can allow you to fight beside and against me simultaneously! With the body by my side, victory is assured! Ah, yeah. Maybe concentrated attack related to Sin will make it so that this never happens. You know, I would question why you have 2 Warriors, but one more Pokemon can exist, so I've already gone far beyond questioning that. Oh jeez. to your mind. I'm trying to do things. Remember, just remember what we're saying to Simple Battling. Ow. Time for a secret weapon! Make it possible so we can drag these two drag outie! Now for the... I am saying the same line as before. My line, I guess, never changes. I do not know what the people are expecting from me to change my lines for. I am perfectly in every way. Well, if y'all don't mind. Ah. Got him. Punch. I think only one lady to think was more than enough. Even in defeat, I am victorious! As expected, victory is mine! That doesn't bother me. I assume your discontent stems from dissatisfaction with the current circumstances, yes? Yet for the life of me, I cannot fathom why being around me would cause you such unhappiness. It's myself I'm unhappy with, Lady Jacinth. I'm frustrated that I can never defeat you. And that frustration came out in a strange way. I must be more diligent. If that is how you feel, then I suppose you have to train twice as hard as before. From now on, you can train by battling against me and my hologram and grow twice as strong! Koi, please accept the token as a token of my thanks for your help today. Additional color options for distinct dress. Oh, okay, I see what these options are for. Okay. I suppose now it all makes sense. I recommend adopting my hairstyle to complete this ensemble. If only we did have that kind of hair option. Game Freak is a little too afraid to actually have longer hair options other than the shoulder length. Please don't forget my hologram as such. We truly appreciate just how magnificent I am. I need to work on keeping my grievances to myself. Otherwise things could get ugly. Despite being a hologram, I am still me. The one, the only, the magnificent! And now we're supposed to simultaneously do the laugh at the same time. Ready to me? Oh, I'm ready. Oh, fuck this shit. I'm getting out of here. Funny, there's a side quest right there, and a side quest right over there. Funny. Funny how this works. What's happening, fam? You wanna be a canary? Come join my crew! Join me, join me, join me! Taste this fakery. The real canary will never beg so shamelessly. Should have known he wouldn't be fooled, Gwen. Still, you gotta admit my hologram's not a bad way to get the word out about my awesome grandkid. Kanari doesn't need more bandwagoners. Kanari deserves fans to adore her with their whole heart, not people who fell for a hologram. No, hold on! You're saying only folks who can afford to dedicate everything they got to Kanari count as fans? What about people who just think she's neat? That sounds like a fan of my book. You think we should accept the bandwagoners? Pops! You too, G-Fort. I get where you're both coming from, but quit arguing. I don't like it. I know. We ought to settle this like trainers. What's a Pokemon battle? Can I join? I'm a true Kinetic and I'll prove it. I'll battle you, but I'm not gonna let you win. If we win, I'm gonna turn all your little pals into Kinetics. You do not need to be out here. Yeah. Force Dawn. Kick it, Dwayne. Blade. There we go. Dazzling Gleam. Don't hold it back, Stunfist. Come on, Stunfist, let's win this thing! I would so love it as my menu. What if I can activate at this point in time? Hello? Button. Execute it into the megaphone. That's 26 what I made of. Some more curiosity. What was the lyrics? Back to open it. Excuse me, I just plus Libra in. That's it. No mercy. Enough playing around. Electrolysis, crank up the Fortitude's Bank Evolution. I guess it's time for me to make it evolve. Go! Boom! Getting to Banner's default was awesome. Losing though? Losing makes all the cool lines I said before the battle go to waste. Kanari, you know I'm the truest Kinetic. Oh, T-Vold. But I understand that your charms deserve to be shared far and wide. Just remember, my fans are important to me, but not nearly as important as you, T-Vold. And also the person next to you. Yeah. But we shouldn't dupe people into being fans that was a hollow Kanari. You hear that, Pops? Here, you both get something nice. So happy. Thank you, Kanari. I hear some people going to salons selling their hair like me, if that's a thing. That's an option? Obviously, T4 and I are super tight, but I hope you and me could be tight too. I got nothing else to add. If you want to get more fans, I think we need to do another merch drop. What would be good? I can't believe me and the crew still can beat you after all our trainings. How can I? Actually, I wonder if what seeing just Sin saying is true, because like before when Sin said it, I kind of dismissed it. If Kanari is saying this, then that woman's a look. That woman's a look. See. Never mind, I cannot warp Kone because I somehow ended spam trying to open the menu and just wanting to warp somewhere. I got into a Pokemon battle, all because one Pokemon managed to witness me. Isn't that just swell? Where's Oh, holy shit! Wow, they were not kidding. Also, since when I get Eiffel's Eye haircuts? Cabello style, block cut, Grissom, hairstyle, slick back. So when did I unlock these hair options? Pardon? Since when? I mean, cool that I have more options for hairstyles now, and now that it's just not, you know, this. And this does kind of fit in more with my Sona's design, give or take two the cowlicks away. And you know, the strands at the side not having fire on them. You know, I could see this working out well. Showing us the hairstyle over my eyes, but you know, I might watch this for like a few episodes. Clothing items labeled as I said have multiple parts to them which you can customize as an ensemble. For example, if you have the same jacket and shirt set in different designs, you can mix and match the jackets and shirts to create fast looks. Pick out your favorite colors and patterns and show off your styling skills. Pink, awesome. That's a color option. So I mean, just alternate colors. This feels like a total inversion. This really is just a whole different color inversion. I think this goes to my clothing. Like, unless there's some place in the deals, unless there's some other place to actually get some of the other color options, I think I'm just gonna stick with what I have. I know I want to do the other side mission, but you know, curiosity is gonna get the best of me if I don't do this. Make it Italian. Now what am I doing? Honestly, I think I'm gonna need like a lot of berries just to handle those. Now that I tried that out loud. So yeah, obviously that's a wasted donut, but just wanted to experiment. Maybe I have better luck with the next Mega portal that shows up. That's Quest's idea too. Part of me wonders. But again, I'm just gonna do the side mission and then I'm gonna end the episode because I need to get this completed. I'm afraid I'm gonna run out of space if I don't. Koi, how fortunate to find you here at this particular moment. I'm here for a business meeting with one of our regular associates. Stay and observe if you like. Oh, apologies for the wait. Since this meeting is already running somewhat behind schedule, we'll get right to the point. We've had a look at our financials, and we must say, it feels to us like Quasartico isn't paying their fair share for our hyperspace survey work. I see. However, this is the split we agreed upon at the outset, and Quasartico Inc. has provided a fair deal of material support as well as financial. We have also paid for R&D of additional tools and have aided this whole endeavor. We do acknowledge and appreciate that support, of course. But, at the same time, the number of resources we had to investigate exceeded our estimates. This undertaking has required far more manpower than we budgeted for. Hard work tires people out. What better way to show appreciation than a little cash bonus? Noted. However, any changes to the budget would require buy-in from all our stakeholders. It's not something I can make happen right away. Perfectly understandable for such a major company tasked with the city's redevelopment. Though we do wish to point out that our investigations were also critical to ensure that you still had the city to redevelop. Now, I understand we all want what's best for Lumiose City, but talking is getting us nowhere. Perhaps we should settle this into a disagreement with the Pokemon battle? I have no objection. However, allow me to nominate my associate Koi here to join me. Let's do this. I admit that my own pride is also a small factor. Kind words are nice and all, but they're not what will really motivate people in the end. The boss's reputation is on the line, so don't expect me to hold back. Whoosh! Nom nom. That's the wave. 2 for twice 1. Let's go out and seize victory for the boss. Honey feels like I can just heal on the fly in this kind of battle situation. It feels like it's only been scant circumstances that I've been able to actually, heal my team on the fly. Only until one of my Pokemon is downed. Mega Evolution proves upon. Let me show you the true beauty of Skarmory. Bulletweed, as long as you're with me, I can face any princess with a smile. I feel like some of the lines are real similar from my actual realities, but you know, that may be just me. That might be me. Ow. Nice, let's have things my way then. Punch! This is a real blow to the pride of the West Syndicate. Losing a battle we had to win. Boss, forgive me. That was a worthy battle. I doubt I could have won without going. But a loss is a loss. We're not a matter of cost life at the moment. I would do my part to help the Syndicate's finances by tightening my belt, so to speak, and reducing the personal costs. And please, rest assured that I will work with our stakeholders to iron out a new budget proposal. After all, we are counting on the West Syndicate to carry out these investigations for us. Guess I'll dip into my personal savings a bit too to make up for the shortfall on our side. You deserve a special bonus as well, Koi. I hear you can even get your hair done like mine at the salon these days. Go nuts, kid. Vinny, my friend, I hope we can both continue to do our best to make Lumiose a fine city. The kind crowds visit and spend money in. I couldn't agree more. That is why we at Cosonical Inc. all hope to nurture our collaboration with the West Syndicate. We were just little punks, but this city still gave us a place to call home. I'll do anything to repay that. The city might have changed over time, but still I've chosen to live. I'll always love it here. Colbert certainly has his own convictions, just as I have mine. And can't believe we're already partway through and getting to that. Dude, that's just part of this mission. Sorry, it makes sense. I'm doing all these side missions, so of course it speed up things a little. Would have been nice if I'd done that Mega Otoria quest, just, you know, just remembering what that silhouette was. Yes, maybe. Also would have helped to find out that, like, was that the level that it is. Alright, well, we got plenty of quests galore, some of them more than likely being the battles I just previously described, and... Oh, this is mixed with some of them, okay. But yeah, I think I'm gonna catch some of these Pokemon off screen and not worry about having to get them on screen, because, you know, I gotta have to prepare for like all of these in due time. Although, probably not like right away. That all depends on what happens next time I record. But next time on Let's Play Pokemon Legends ZA, we'll continue to do some questing and explore Hyperspace Lumiose in order to eventually fulfill Ansha's dream. See you guys then.